Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.
With the marching band season coming to an end, the Color Guard is now entering their competitive winter season. The goal this year is to make it to states, which the Winter Guard has not attended since COVID started. Today, we are here with the coach of the Marysville Winter Guard team, Cody Peterson. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, not many people know what Winter Guard is, so could you just explain that to us?
So we take everything that we do in the marching season with the Color Guard and we take it all and put it inside, so you're not suffering with the elements anymore. There's no wind, you're warm, the risk of injury goes down a little bit, and you compete inside, so we get to do 2 separate shows with the middle school and the high school indoors.
That's very interesting. And I know we've seen you guys use more than just flags, so what other equipment do you guys get to use?
We usually get to use rifles or sabers depending on if they work with the show theme that year. So in marching season we got to use saber. For winter season we'll use rifle this year. It just depends on what mood I'm in and what piece of equipment fits the show theme that year.
There's got to be a lot of practice and coordination that goes into that. So what are the main skills that you focus on when you're teaching new students?
With new students, we try to focus on things like basics, so jazz runs across the floors, so making sure we all look uniform, not so awkward, and then flag-wise, we'll focus on cones, drop spins, and eventually tosses when I feel that they're ready to.
That's awesome. So I know the show last year was space themed. What are your ideas for the show this year?
This year we've decided to do a Black Swan theme show, and it's a definitely more intense version of Black Swan. So there's lots of crescendos, clashing of the sounds, and high tosses that I have planned. So I just try to base it based off the kids that are in that guard that year.
Nice. I'm sure as a new coach, it can be kind of difficult. So how do you go about writing the drill work and the equipment, and how do you choose a song?
So writing the drill, each instructor or director has a different way of doing it. So I prefer pen and paper versus doing there's online programs that you can use to visually see it. For me, I'm not a tech person. I like to just write it down and look at it, and then basing off what I'm gonna do to pick a show, I start off by picking the music. Does it fit with the members that year? That's a big thing, are the members in my guard that year gonna do better with the dark show, or are they gonna do better with the lighter show? And I pick off on the vibe of that, so the current show this year fits the energy of the guard this year. And then in juxtaposition to that, I'll usually choose something opposite for the junior guard.
Nice. There's not really any Winter Guard competitions around here. So where do you guys go for those competitions?
Typically we go further out to areas like Troy, Michigan, Clarkston, sometimes out towards Flint and Grand Blanc. And then the furthest that we usually go will be Saginaw Valley State University. We haven't gone there in a few years for states, but we are planning on going this year.
Nice. So you're a Marysville alumni yourself. So why did you decide that you wanted to start teaching Winter Guard?
Well, it kind of was something that I always wanted to do. I think it was between junior year and senior year of high school that I was just thinking I would like to do this, but then I didn't really know what route to really take to get to that position. And it just so happened that the door opened at a perfect time in my life, and Mr. Dusso asked me to join in and take over the guard program, and it's worked out flawlessly in my opinion.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So what's your favorite part about teaching it?
I think sharing the passion with the younger generation for sure, and building those bonds, because we all love throwing equipment around, we all doing drop spins and doing cones, but at the end of the day it's building those bonds and those relationships with those members that eventually do go on further after high school, because even now I'm still close with all those people I was in guard with, and even this summer we're planning on alumni events just to meet up and get bonded with people that we don't even know yet from generations before me and after me. And so that way we can get, acquainted with older coaches as well, so like my instructor.
Yeah. So if someone was interested in joining Winter Guard, what other information would they need to know about it?
I always try to let them know the upfront cost, for sure, because that can be a big deciding factor on whether or not they have to pay for a uniform. We always try to keep the price low. And then I always tell them, have an open mind. You're gonna feel kind of goofy the first few weeks when you're starting. I remember being in 8th grade when I was brand new and starting it. I felt so stupid for the longest time, and then all of a sudden it clicks. So it's just come in with an open mind, be ready to be around people that you're probably not familiar with, because it's people from all different groups and backgrounds that come in and join into the Winter Guard, which is why it's such a great program, I think.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Ms. Peterson.
Thank you so much.
I definitely learned a lot more about this amazing program, and hopefully the people watching have learned something too. Thank you all for watching. I'm Angie B from M6, your hometown station.
Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.